Greetings! Let us embark on a journey to understand PHP Docker Integration. PHP is a widely used server-side scripting language, and Docker is a powerful containerization platform. Containerizing PHP applications using Docker allows for consistent environments, easy deployment, and simplified scaling, following a modern development workflow. So, what exactly is Docker? Docker is a containerization platform that packages applications and their dependencies into lightweight, portable containers. Some of the key benefits include consistent environments, meaning that your application will behave the same way regardless of where it's deployed. It offers easy deployment, making it simpler to move your application from development to production. It increases resource efficiency by allowing multiple containers to share the same operating system kernel, and it simplifies scaling by allowing you to easily create and manage multiple instances of your application. To effectively use Docker, it's important to understand its core concepts. First, there are images, which are read-only templates containing application code and dependencies. Second, there are containers, which are running instances of Docker images with isolated processes. Third, there's the Dockerfile, which is a text file with instructions to build Docker images. And fourth, there's the registry, which is a repository for storing and sharing Docker images. Let's take a look at a basic Dockerfile for PHP. The first instruction is from, which specifies the base image to use. In this case, we're using PHP version 8.2 Apache, which includes PHP and the Apache web server. The second instruction is copy, which copies the application files from the current directory to the var/www/html directory inside the container. The third instruction is run, which executes a command inside the container. In this case, we're installing the MySQL extension for PHP, enabling PHP to communicate with MySQL databases. The fourth instruction is expose, which exposes port 80 to the outside world, allowing access to the Apache web server. The final instruction is cmd, which specifies the command to run when the container starts. In this case, we're starting the Apache web server in the foreground. Now that we have a Docker file, let's build and run a container. To build the Docker image, use the command docker build, followed by the tag name, and then a dot to specify the current directory. This command creates a Docker image from the Docker file in the current directory. To run the container, use the command docker run, followed by the port mapping and the image name. This command starts the container and maps port 8080 on the host machine to port 80 on the container. Docker Compose is a tool for defining and running multi-container Docker applications. It uses a YAML file to configure the application services. Here's an example Docker Compose.yaml file. The version specifies the version of the Docker Compose file format. The services section defines the services that make up the application. In this case, we have two services, web and database. The web service builds the application image from the current directory, specifies the port mapping as 8080:80. The database service uses the MySQL version 8.0 image and sets the MySQL root password. Some of the multi-service benefits include linking the PHP application with a database, using a single configuration file, and starting all services together. Managing PHP extensions in Docker is essential for ensuring your application has the necessary functionality. The run docker php install command is used to install PHP extensions. To install the Redis extension, you need to use pekla install Redis followed by docker php enable Redis. Some of the common extensions are MySQL, which is used for MySQL databases, GD, which is used for image processing, Zip, which is used for archive handling, and Redis for caching solutions. Let's discuss some best practices for using Docker with PHP. Use multi-stage builds for smaller images, set proper file permissions and user, use .docker ignore for faster builds, and implement health checks for containers. For the next steps, explore production deployment strategies, learn container orchestration tools, Implement continuous integration and continuous delivery with Docker, and monitor containerized applications. You are now ready to containerize your PHP applications. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.